welcome to our NHL 15 VGM mode as the San Jose Sharks. We're going to get right into the playoffs, but first I have to apologize that I'm sorry that the mic cut out last time. It was the Elgato program. I checked the option automatically reduce game sound, and that completely screwed everything up. So I'm sorry about that. It won't happen again. I'm using Audacity now pretty much the full time because I don't want that to happen at all. So I'm actually going to go into the playoff tree. We haven't checked this out yet. So I'll give you guys a minute to just kind of see what's been going on. So we got us versus Arizona, LA versus Anaheim, Minnesota versus St. Louis, Chicago versus Dallas. So this is pretty realistic. Pittsburgh versus New Jersey, New York versus Toronto, Detroit versus Ottawa, and Tampa Bay versus Boston. So according to last year, the West is pretty good. The East is it's all right. I don't think it's some teams are not obvious, but they are. They weren't playoff teams last year. And, they don't look to be playoff teams this year. That it's okay. I think it's fine. As I had a mistake last time that we accidentally simmed up through one game, and I'm sorry about that. But now we're going to go to team stats. We're going to check out our opponents, the Phoenix Coyotes. You can't actually view their lines in roster, which is kind of a little bit drawback, but. Can I check for the... Oh. I guess I can't check for the regular season. That's unfortunate. I'll have to go back through the video and look at it. So, we're actually going to check player stats. We'll see kind of who's the big producers for Arizona and what their whole deal is. I'm pretty sure they have Mike Smith, who's rated pretty well in this game. But we'll have to see that. Oh, no, they're Arizona now. I think I called them Phoenix. It's going to take a while to get used to. Arizona Coyotes. We'll see what they're all about. Points-wise, Sam Gagner leads them with 64. Not too bad. Keith Yandel, Martin Hanzal, Bodker, Erat. Let's see, Shane Doan, Ekman Larson, Vermette, Korpikowski, Stone, Moss, and yeah, then it drops off after that. Alright, so we've got that all figured out. Let's go to goalies. And let's see this. I'm probably going to end up doing two series today, just so you guys can kind of see. So, .919 for him, .90 for Dubnik. Yeah, not too bad. Not bad at all. Alright. Actually, let's see if they have any rookies playing. Just Andrew Campbell, who's just an old rookie. Guess they didn't really have anyone to put in the top four, so let's see the defensemen. Let's see what their lines are. So they have Yandel, Ekman Larson, probably their two defensemen up here up front. Then we got Stone, Schlemko. So they look pretty weak defensively, and then no, okay. So they have I'd say Stone and McCulloch, and then Schlemko and Campbell. Okay. They have the star power up front, they definitely do, but they're a little bit weak on the back end. So we'll have to watch out for their offense coming from their defense. And yeah, we'll have to see about that. I didn't actually get to turn injuries off because I accidentally simulated through a day, so we're going to get those turned off. Let's see their depth chart. They have Erat. They actually probably have Doan, and then Erat, and then Moss and Crombeen. Not too bad. I mean, all in all, they're definitely not bad of a team at all, so we'll have to watch out for them. Shane Doan's got great stats. Okay, so now let's go to left wingers. Let's see what they have like over there. So Bodker and Korpikowski. So I think they're like us, where they have so many centers. That might be it. So Bodker put up pretty respectable stats. We'll have to watch out for him. Then we have Gagner, Hanzal, Vermette, Chipchura, Klinkhammer, and McMillan. All right, so that's pretty much the team as it is. We'll have to see if we can take them down. Now, I want to, before we go, I want to make sure I get the league settings updated. I want to get auto-rotate goalies off, injuries on. Let's see, yeah. Everything's here good, it's good. Yeah. Alright, so now that we got that going, we can finally get going with the simulation. I know it's been like a day since I've posted it. Well, it might be Monday when I post this. It might be Tuesday. It all depends. Okay, so let's check the progress reports before we get into this. I can do that through manage rosters. Yeah, progress reports. I've looked through it a bit. There's actually some players that have grown on the NHL team, which is surprising. It really is. So, attributes modified. We have Yakupov with 15 attributes modified, who is modified, who is now an 85 overall. Looks pretty nice, good. He got up there defensively, so that's pretty good. Sorry about the yawn. It's been a long day. We got Colby Roback, who is finally developing. Good for us, definitely good for us. Dmitry Orlov, who's developing quite nicely for us on the back end. Then Philip Larson, who's doing the exact same thing. And they're pretty similar defensemen. All in all, I think just Larson just has the lower. Yeah, Larson just has the lower physical stats. Yeah. All right. So then we got Holla, who's developed, which is nice. He can be a great second liner for us in the future. Matt Nieto, who's also developed nicely. He's going to be another second liner. Hurdle and Atkinson have all grown on the NHL team, at least. I'm surprised Spurgeon hasn't grown at all. But he's going to be a top 6 defender for us. And then in the system, this is where it gets huge. Conrad Applesaucer, Brandon Peary, who's going to be a great top 6 forward for us in the future. I'm really excited to use him. Then we got Garrett Ross, who we traded for. He's grown up to 71. Mustonen, who we signed. Mirko Mueller, who was our first round pick 2 years ago, or 2013. Looks pretty good. Already a great skater, needs to develop everywhere else, but that's fine. Then we got Dylan DeMello, who's looking to be a 7th defenseman, or at least compete with this spot with Abelschauser. So we'll see how they can progress to get that. He looks like a lot more well-rounded than Abelschauser, though. Yeah. Then we got Rourke Chartier, who is our 5th round pick this year, or 2014. I don't know if I'll actually sign him or not, or what I'm going to do with him. He's not signed to a contract. I really like him in real life, but in this game he's not predicted to do very well. Then we have Chris Tierney, he's probably my favorite Sharks prospect. Super well-rounded, great game all around. His stats just look so nice. I think he could be ready for the NHL within a year or two. So, let's see about that. Daniel Tarasov, our Russian signee, 2 years ago for the Sharks. Looking great so far. He's going to probably cap out as like a 76, 77 overall, so he can be a call-up for us. And then Andrei Makarov, who's developed, he was our summer signing. Jesse Vertanen, another summer signing, who creeps me out. His face looks to be developing pretty well, really well rounded actually. And then Freddie Hamilton, who's probably next year he'll get the 4th line spot. So that'll be nice. You can take it away from whoever's there. Now then we got Eric Hanses, who's developing well. Ryan Schwartz, another guy they signed. I don't think he'll be much. I don't know if we'll give him a contract, but we might. Noah Rode, who we picked up in the 3rd round in 2014, looking to be a very nice prospect. Nikolai Goldobin, who's developed nicely back in juniors. It's funny because everything is good about him except defense and physical. Everything else is good, so I don't know. We'll have to see that. And then Michael Hutchinson, who's now a 79 overall, looking to be our backup of the future. And then Drayson Bowman has not developed at all, neither of any of these guys. Which I'm a little bit surprised that Nicholas Patan has not developed at all. He might be too good for juniors, though. I think that's the problem. So next year he'll be eligible to play in the minors. So we'll have to send him down there. All right, so now that we've done that, we can check out our lines and we can finally get into the first couple of games. So Joe Pavelski, Nail Yakupov, and Patrick Marleau. Nail Yakupov's done really well. He's pretty close to Marleau, not in overall, but in actual ability. Couture, Thornton, and Cam Atkinson. Again, in a year or two, when Thornton and Marleau retire, I don't know what we're going to do to replace their production, but trust me. Oh, that's my dog. Sorry about that. My dog and brother came in the room, so I kind of had to stop recording there. But we're back now. So we got Holla, Hurdle, and Nieto on our top 9. And look at Holla's stats. He's got really good skating. He's pretty decent all around. I'm pretty happy to see him progress like this. I think he's going to definitely be a second liner of the future. Nieto looking pretty nice. Jordan Nolan, probably one of the better defensive players on our team, and he looks pretty good. Tommy Wingles, who's been relegated to the 4th line, he might be put on the fourth line left wing once Jones-Su is gone. I don't know. We're going to have to see what we can do with him. He's pretty much tapped out as a 83 overall, so he put up respectable numbers towards the end. I think that's when he got easier competition on the fourth line. But we'll see what we need to do. So we're going to get right into it. Oh, actually, I forgot to show you the defensive pairings to see what we have there. Defensive. So we got Vlasic, Demers, Braun, Spurgeon, Orlov, and Philip Larson. So in a perfect world, we put Orlov up where Demers is and Demers down where Larson is, but that'll take both of them progressing for that to happen. So, we've said, I think, too much about this already, so we're going to basically get right into it. So, we're going to go sim to next game. And I'll check the stats after the 7 games, and we can see if we need to make any changes or what needs to happen. So we're going to go simulate. Alright, and now we're going to go to the calendar, and we're going to see what we got. Come on. Go, we got a win. Very nice. Very nice. So we're going to simulate up to the next day. And simulate this one. I think we're doing pretty good. I think our goalie issue has to be fixed in the offseason, but that's not too big of a deal. Not too big of a worry for us. 2-0 win. So can we sweep? Can we sweep? And then we'll take a look at the stats after and check them out. Sim game. There we go. Yes. 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 We swept them. Oh, that feels good. So now we have a huge rest. And before the next series, I'll take a look at our stats. And I'll probably just do 2 rounds of the playoffs for now, and then I'll do the other rounds next video. Up here, so we swept in our first playoff series. That's nice. So let's see it up. This is a long. I mean, this would be Game 7 for most teams right here. Maybe there's a team or two that has Game 7 on the next day, but. There we go. So we're gonna go to the Anaheim Ducks. We're gonna see our stats as well as the Ducks, or as well as the Coyote stats and the Ducks. So we're gonna see all that. Don't worry. I feel like we should scout the National League. Should we do OHL again? There's a lot more players in the dub. We'll scout defenseman there for 6 weeks. Confirm assignment, and then the last week we'll go to the National League. So this round of playoffs is over. I would like to continue simulating, but now we can check out everyone and the stats. So we're gonna go to the Sharks first, and we're gonna check out our stats, player stats. Does it have it for the playoffs? It should. Does it have playoff stats? Player stats. There we go. Playoff stats. I kind of had to look for that one. Points. Okay, so we had no real true playoff performers. This is kind of consistent with the Sharks. Well, I guess you could say Thornton and Marlowe are, but we had no one that really stepped up and went over point per game. I guess you could say that. But wow, Wingle's really stepped it up in the playoffs, so he might be one keeper. Let's see. Who didn't? And Braun's not really expected to produce. Holla didn't really do anything. That's kind of interesting. Other than that, everyone had a point that you expect to have a point. I mean, the bottom 6 defensemen in 4 games, you don't expect them to get a point. Wow, yeah, that was a good playoff series for us. Definitely a good one. Leaders of goals. We had Thornton, Marlowe, and Yakupov. All 3 of them had goals, so that's nice. Or 2 goals. Other than that, it was pretty well balanced. We're going to check forwards. Yeah, same thing. Plus, minus. I know this doesn't really matter, but for the defensive aspect. Couture, Nolan. Yeah, Nolan's a great grinder. Thornton. Yeah. Pretty much all the best defensive players on our team had the best plus, minus. Except Pavelski. He still had a +2, that's fine. Because he only had 2 points, so I guess he wasn't really on the ice for any goals against. Unless he, of course, is on the ice for more goals for. Yeah, pretty nice defenseman. I'm guessing yeah, everyone really had a great series. Vlasic had a great series. Spurgeon and Demers had a great series. I don't really expect any of the other guys to produce any points. Well, I guess Orlov could, but he's still got 3.5 for every category, so I don't think we should be too optimistic about him. Goalies, let's see. Yeah, Niemi. Okay, Niemi saved us in that one. He definitely saved us there. .956 save percentage. Wow. 2 shutouts there, too. We may have a playoff before. Oh, I'm not going to say that yet. Oh, no. Yeah, that's pretty much going to be our crux now. Is whenever I say that, it's not the opposite's going to happen. But that's fine. We got to check out Arizona. Probably would have been better to go to the other way, but you know what? I don't follow the rules. Arizona. Bodker had point per game. 4 goals, too, so he was pretty much their... Oh, my gosh, yeah, he was their offensive output. 4 of their 5 goals came from Bodker. Oh, my God, if I was him, I would demand a trade. That's ridiculous. Erat, there were not a lot of assists on their team because there was just no one to pass the puck to, I guess. Gagne still managed some assists, so that's good. Other than that, yeah, that's actually pretty surprising. I'm guessing, yeah. Did Mike Smith not really do much? Yeah, he kind of had a weak series. That's fine. It's a small sample size to only have 121 shots against in 4 games, so it's really not anything you could say. But now let's go to the team stats. Let's look at goals for per game. Anything we need to change? No, I think we're pretty good. 3.0. Power play, that's pretty weak. Yeah, we were, there was only one team lower than us that actually finished with a higher power play percent, or with a lower power. There's only one team lower than us that won their series that finished with a lower power play percentage, and it wasn't even by that much, too. PK, our special teams kind of lacked there. Yeah, it was the Blues that finished lower than us. Well, I mean, at even strength, we're pretty good, so I wouldn't put too much stock on that. Now we're gonna go to player stats. Well, actually, let's go to the playoff tree and see who advanced. We can kind of see if that's what would happen or would not. So we got Dallas versus St. Louis, San Jose versus Anaheim, New York versus Pittsburgh, Detroit versus Boston. Okay. Yeah, these are kind of the usual suspects that I would say go through. Dallas instead of Chicago is a little bit shaky, but other than that, I'd say, and LA maybe over Anaheim. I don't know. Maybe that is a little bit weird, but all in all, I'd say it's the usual suspects. So great simulation engine on their part. Player stats, let's look at the Anaheim Ducks. Let's see. They went to 7 games too, so Ryan Getzlaf had point per game. Cogliano had 6 point. Really? Yeah, his puck skills is pretty goody. Probably pretty normal. Corey had 6 points in 7 games. Edom had 4 and 7. Kessler had 4 and 7. Lindholm had 4 and 7. Other than that, I don't see too many injuries. Allen might have had an injury. Stoner probably had one in Fistrick. Oh, no. Yeah, okay. So they might have gotten a I don't know. I hope injuries are on. And one way we can actually check that. Oh, I need to check their, here, I'll check Anaheim and then I'll check the player stats for the entire, NHL. And we'll check games played and we'll see if it really has affected them. Highest plus minus on the team is Sammy Vatanen. Very nice, 80 overall already. It doesn't look like he's going to progress too much. That's surprising. Goalies, I'm guessing Gibson. Yeah, Gibson played out of his mind that series. Wow. 86 overall already, too. He's going to be a tough opponent to face up against. But I think we can do it. I definitely think we can do it. Okay, so... Oh my gosh, now I have to go all the way back. Oh, that's going to get annoying. But let's go all the way... entire league. Let's go games played. If there's anything under than 4... Yeah, okay. All right, and there's okay. So there's minor league call-ups playing. So there is injuries. Injuries are on, which is good. Well, I guess not good for the players, but injuries are on. Well, okay. Here it was just So Brassard got injured. He's still injured actually. Bruner is injured back now. Koska, Fistrick, Stoner, Ikonen, and Camp. No. It might have been Stoner. Stoner might have been just a call up, or no, not a call up. He'd have to be on the roster because he's like signed for $4 million. Okay, so now that we've done that, we can continue going along. I think we're gonna go to the calendar. We're gonna see if we can get through this next playoff series because it's already closing down. I think it's closing on 20 minutes. I don't know. I had to interrupt the recording, so I'm not quite sure. So let's simulate up to this day. Anaheim, just no injuries. We can lose the first game, but just no injuries. A win, that's nice. Simulate up to this day, because we don't really have much in the way of depth. I guess we could call Peary up, but I don't know. That might be a little bit shaky, especially if we have more than one player to call up on the forward core. Defense-wise, we could theoretically call up. We could call up. Who could we call up? Roback. All right, so let's take a look. So we're 3-1 versus Anaheim, then 5-4 versus Anaheim, 3-2 loss, 4-3, and we got the final game. Can we do it? We can get the fight. Yes, let's go. All right, sweet. So we're in the third round. Oh, that's sweet. So we're gonna simulate up to this day. I know this playoffs aren't as exciting because there's not really a playoffs to do them because there's no simulate game, but I hope the intensity is still there. Still with us. So we're gonna see who we play, and we'll play them in the next video. And we play the St. Louis Blues. Oh boy. Oh man, there's gonna be a lot of jokes in the comments about the two chokers playing each other. All right, I get it. I definitely get it. So let's see who were the playoff heroes in that game. We'll go to Stat Central. Player stats. See who on the Sharks were the heroes for that series. And it looks like Patrick Marleau and Joe Thornton both went point per game. And Marleau even went up. That's nice. Thornton's actually scoring in the playoffs. Doesn't really do that often. Nail Yakupov had a good games because he had 3 points in 5 games. Vlasic had 3 points. Wingles only had 2, but that's 5 games still. Couture had 2. Demers had 2. Hurdle had 3, I think. Pavelski had 3. Nolan had 4. Really? Nolan? Really? 4. Spurgeon had 4. Jones had 3. Atkinson had 2. Orlov had 3. Nieto had 2. Holla had 2. Larson had 1. And Braun still doesn't have anything. That's okay. Braun's not an offensive guy. Plus minus, I bet you there's someone about 10, right? There's got to be someone with about 10. Jason Demers has 8, and that's nice. And then we got all the defensive guys over here. Tommy Wingles, Jordan Nolan, Patrick Marleau, Vlasic, Couture, Thornton, kind of. Alright, so that's nice. We'll see how the goalies performed for us. Okay, whoa. Why did 2 goalies play? Oh, okay. Okay, Stalock relieved for Niemi. So Niemi probably had a bad game, and Stalock got in, but he did pretty good, it looks like. Yeah, 18 shots and only 1 save and 1 goal against. So Niemi had a good season, or good. Niemi had a good playoffs. That's or playoffs so far. So that's nice. Still no assist for either. All right, so let's check Anaheim out and see what they've done. Anaheim. All right, so Gibson had lowered his save percentage by 20 points. Not bad. Faced like 200 shots in that series, or 100 shots. That's wow. Yeah, 200 shots would be a little bit ridiculous, but I guess I wouldn't doubt it. So forwards, let's see who stepped up for. Oh, that's penalty minutes. Getzlaff and Perry both stepped up in that series and led their teams, but unfortunately, it was to no avail. Both had 5 points in 5 games, and then Cogliano had 4 points. Kessler had 3. Edom had 3 or 2. Bolesky had 4, I think. Thompson had 3. Heatley had 1. Palmieri had 1 or 2, and then Maroon, don't remember. I don't really remember these guys down here. But it looks like overall they had a pretty good series. Hats off to them. It looks like they did well. Good for them. So, let's see. Forwards, we got that down. So let's go to defensemen. Okay, they dropped off. I don't think Lindholm had he might have had 1 point in that series. Fowler had like 3, I think, and then Boschman had 2, I think. But other than that, their defense really didn't contribute as much as ours did. So that's unfortunate for them, but you know it's how the cards go. So yeah, that's gonna be all for this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.